So we've got an ambitious net zero target for the City Council and City of 2030 to be net zero. It's something we take incredibly seriously. It's one of our strategic priorities, and we're definitely showing how successful we've been in that. We recently were found to be one of the top district councils in the country for our internal net zero work, so it just shows the dedication of the team, the expertise of what is frankly quite a small team working on this very important issue. All of our staff are being offered the opportunity to be carbon literate, and the carbon literacy training is quite an intensive 8-hour training programme, so it's also on offer to all of our elected members and all of our officers at the council. So what we're hoping with that is that this ethos of being net zero, of taking the climate seriously, is something that we can all educate ourselves about, and it sort of trickles down and really gets embedded in all areas of the council. But we're not going to get to net zero just as a city council on our own within the city. We need to work with partners. We're such a small contributor to our overall carbon footprint of the city, so it's really important that we work with partners such as the college, the university, the NHS in how to achieve net zero. So that's why we've recently agreed at a council meeting, at the executive meeting that will be hopefully passed at council, to create a strategic group that will look at net zero within the city and look at how we can work together more closely with partners to achieving our aims. We're also doing a lot of work with community groups coming up. So as well as recognising that we need to work with the big businesses and big public sector bodies within Exeter, we've also realised we need to talk to people, because it's people that will also contribute to the carbon footprint of the city. So the way that we're proposing to do that is to have like a community net zero group that will look at how individual groups that are already acting throughout the city can contribute to reducing our carbon footprint. We've obviously got our new St Sidwell's Point, which is a passive house building. It's replacing a really energy intensive building. We're looking at the decarbonisation of our other buildings, such as the RAM and the Riverside Leisure Centre. We're retrofitting our council properties, which not only reduces our carbon footprint, but obviously reduces the bills for our social housing tenants. And we've just agreed at executive, which will hopefully be approved by council, the decision to have a 2-year funded post that will look at external net zero and what we can do externally within the city. We've also got a really impressive solar array. It actually contributed to almost £500,000 in savings last year for the council in terms of how much energy that solar array produced. It's really vast, and we're increasing it every year. We're looking for more sites that we can put solar on to just increase how much clean energy we can generate and reduce our bills and also reduce our carbon footprint. So we're working with the planning team, because we are looking at how we can embed the commitment to net zero in our planning documents, such as the Exeter plan. Is going to be a really important document, and we're working with climate scientists on how to make that document as ambitious as we can to get to net zero. We're also looking at the biodiversity of the sites that we already have within the city, including our valley parks, how we can increase canopy cover from our trees. The team is really working hard to increase the biodiversity of our city and maintain those green spaces that we value.